Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another long run format video for you. Again, this is my training program I'm doing for when I'm training for the New York City Marathon. Just another reminder, I'm running for the New York City Roadrunners Marathon, the TCS New York City Marathon. I'm part of the Team for Kids runners. So again, just a shout out to them and all the good work they do. If you guys feel inclined and also have the ability to help me raise money for this marathon, here's the QR code again. There'll be a link in the description if you guys, again, care or even are able to donate. That'd be super helpful. That's just my quick shout out before I start talking about this video. But anyway, back to the video. Yeah, so this is my second recorded long run that I've done. Unfortunately, this run did not go as well as the first one. Not like the first one went particularly well recording wise, but this one I ran into a lot more little hiccups than I did the first time I did it, but I'll talk about that more later. Just about the actual run itself. So this run I had to run a full 2 hours this time. This is my longest run I've done yet, and I ran from my house all the way to Central Park and then did a whole circle on the inside of the park. The inside of the park is about like 6 miles ish, give or take. So I think the whole run ended up being about like 4 miles. Or sorry, the whole run turned out to be about 10 miles of a run in 2 hours. So not my fastest pace, but I definitely just was, my goal for this run was just to just get it done. I mean, this is the longest I've run, and I didn't, want to try to focus. I didn't want to like push myself with hitting a specific mile or like time pace goal per mile, because this being the longest run, I didn't want to like burn out and then not be able to run the full 2 hours. So this one was just very much just like pushing myself to go the 10 or the 2 hours of running. So I try to keep, a fairly good, like standard pace, I guess I would say for myself. So I ended up like, I don't know, I think it was like 11-ish minutes, 30-ish minutes. I can't remember. I'll have to look up my Fitbit tracker. I'll post that information here on the actual run. But so, I just maintained like an okay pace just to, make sure I wasn't walking it because I didn't want to walk it. Yeah. So, I'm back running inside the park. It's very nice to run in the park sometimes because, running in the streets of New York, you kind of hit a lot of like starts and stops because of all the, lights that you have to run through, all the different streets. So it's kind of hard sometimes to keep pace if you keep on hitting red lights and not being able to cross or because of cars or something. So it is kind of nice to hit like that. I have access to some of these areas that allow me to just like kind of run on a trail and just kind of do longer format runs. And just maintaining a pace. So it's very nice. I do plan on, later on during this video series to run in different parts of New York. But while I'm still getting my feet, getting my bearings for what I want this video series to be and how I'm going to be capturing it and sharing it with everyone, I figured it's just easier to run in the areas that I feel comfortable running and that I know that can get me like the set number of miles or the time requirements I have for my training right now. So that's why I'm back at the park running, because it's it's something I do quite often, and it has a good route for me. But yeah, so running in the park is actually kind of very interesting too, because I will say it's not the easiest run to do, and it's kind of surprising, but the park, as far as you can tell, New York, or especially Manhattan, is very flat. Not too many hills. But the park, Central Park, is actually kind of, believe it was originally built to be very European, or to look very European. So it has a lot of different hills and elevations in the park. Nothing crazy, nothing insane, but comparatively to the rest of Manhattan, it's very, very hilly. So one part in particular that I'm thinking of, and probably if there's other runners here who've run the inside of the park, the like northwest corner of the park has a hill that's like particularly bad. That I kind of dread when I come around the corner on that thing. I have captured a little bit of footage on that, but unfortunately this run when I was capturing footage did not go the best. I'll talk about that more later, but yeah, so it's a very good, very easy route because it's everyone's kind of running usually in the same direction. They have a running lane, they have a bike lane, they have a car lane, so no sometimes you get little bikers that go drive too close to you, but that doesn't happen too often. Usually have your own space, and it's a pretty nice place. Plus it's very, very scenic. You get to see all different parts of the park, which is each like kind of corner of the park has a very different feel to what it looks like. So it is kind of at least keeps you interested visually when you're running through the park. Last thing I want to mention about this particular route that I did in the park is I have a half marathon coming up that I signed up for February 28th. So not this Sunday, but I think next Sunday. I'm not the best with calendars. But yeah, this will be a good first testing ground for how my training has been doing so far. This is like a full race. I get a medal and everything just for completing it. But the route is just 2 laps around the park in the same route that I just did. So it's like half a marathon. So what is that, like 20 or 13.1 miles? So it's like 2 laps around the park and a little bit extra because like I said before, the park itself is about 6 miles around. So that's why you do 2 laps to get about 12 point something, and then a little bit extra for that last mile and a little bit. I do plan to record most or what I can of that half marathon coming up, but I'm very excited for it. It's going to be a race with a lot of other people. Of course, I'm my own way trying to compete with all these people because they're way better than me. But I'm excited to do it. I'm going to be running my actual running shoes, and this is going to be a good first benchmark to see, to improve on throughout this training process. So look out for that. The last thing I want to talk about with this video is just, update on some problems or some things of note that's been going on. Just kind of give, just more of a more meta analysis on, how I'm doing and what I'm learning so far of this video process and, this vlogging. First kind of problem, kind of update is basically I've been, this run in particular, I kind of struggled a lot with capturing the footage. So I'm using a GoPro Black Series 10 or whatever, and I didn't know that it mattered a lot what type of micro USB card to be using with when you're capturing footage. So I just bought the cheapest terabyte micro SD card I could find on Amazon, and because I wanted a lot of data. Because these runs are going to be long, and I figured if I do plan to record the whole thing, it'd be nice to have a lot of data so I could actually record everything. But little did I know that some of these micro SD cards, especially the older ones, like the one I bought probably, didn't have the right technology to transfer high bit rate, so 4K video fast enough to record it. So my GoPro would have these errors every couple minutes where it wasn't able to record the high 4K videos that I was trying to record on this run. So I kind of had to keep on turning it off and on to capture little 2-minute bursts at a time. It was very frustrating for the run itself, but also this if you can tell, this video is just kind of hodgepodge of all the different 2-minute clips that I put together, and that's why there's a lot more edits in this video, and that's why you've also I don't know, maybe some very keen-eyed people will notice the run isn't in order of one I was of doing a loop around the park. It's kind of spread up in different parts. At one point in the video I'll be at the bottom, southeast, and the next minute I'll be in the northwest, and then go back to the northeast or something like that. So it's kind of choppy, but I figured out that those micro SD cards have different transfer rates, so I got one that should work now. So hopefully this next run that I record this Saturday should be recorded in way smoother, so look out for that. But the last thing, I realized I've never actually spent a lot of money into training shoes for runnings or for around training when I've done like long runs like that. So I still haven't spent a lot of money on training shoes, but I have bought these insoles, like they slip-in soles for my running shoes, because I've been having a lot of like foot pain for these longer runs. So I don't know yet if they are going to be if they're going to be helping with my foot pain, but I just thought I'd mention it that way you guys can, I can give you guys feedback for when if I see if they work or not. But yeah, that will do it probably for this video. Thank you again everyone for watching. Again, I'll put up the link above if you guys have a chance to donate. Shout out to New York Roadrunners and Run for Kids again. But yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll be recording another long run this next coming Saturday. So we'll be looking out for run number 3. But thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you guys hopefully next week or whenever I post next week. I don't know. I'm trying to stick to a week schedule. Anyway, okay. Thank you. Bye.